Doom, 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 doom. Somebody's in trouble. Doom, 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 doom. Somebody's in trouble. Doom, 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 doom. I bet y'all probably wonder why in the hell am I doing this? Well, in case you didn't know, all right, Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers via Adam Schefter. The news has just come out, according to your boy Adam Schefter. All right, again, Adam Schefter. I'm going to show you the latest on this trade. 1 second. All right. The Jets are trading Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers for a 2021 6th-round pick and a second and a fourth-round picks in 2022. All right. That is the news. That is absolutely the news. Okay. I'm just going to be honest. This right here says a lot. This deal right there is saying a lot, and I don't think these guys don't have a quarterback. And for me personally, I don't think that it's look. I'll just say this: since the Jets don't have a quarterback, man, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. All right, conclusion that they're going to draft a quarterback. But the question is, who is that quarterback? All right, we're going to go in detail tonight and kicking it with K Styles, man. But this is a foregone conclusion that they don't have a quarterback, and to be honest, man. I just don't see how this. All right, and welcome everybody to the live. Everybody. You got the nation. Matthew Vasquez, got a boots. All right, Floyd Donnelly, Antonio Holloway, Isuke, Yasuke Knight, Rose Stacks, and what's good? What's good, man? Dalen Belk, Harrison the Bunny, man. Look, I think they are pretty much understand that the quarterback is going to be gone in the first 2 or 3 picks. 3 picks. I think a quarterback is going to be taken with the first round pick. Obviously, it's going to be Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion. Second pick, I don't think the Jets at this point. It's either Zach Wilson or Justin Fields. I just don't see how they're going to take a guy like Trey Lance that early. Don't think that's going to happen. But when you look at this, man, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, in my opinion. I think it's going to be Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Justin quote unquote Fields. Or you might have Justin Fields been taken at too. I like, look, it's so many things that you can go. San Francisco, obviously, they're going to get a quarterback, man. It could be Justin Fields. It could be Mac Jones. But if this was just my humble opinion, I just don't see how in the hell that I just don't see how he's going to be. I just don't see how he's going to be taken by the 49ers. The 49ers need a quarterback, and they need one bad. These guys can get back to the playoffs, and they can contend for a championship, but I don't think you're going to be able to contend for a championship with a guy like Justin Fields, okay? Even if he doesn't play, it's just a waste of a pick, to be honest. I just don't think he's very good as a complete passer, but maybe they don't need it. Maybe 49ers feel as though that they want to be more of a ball control type of offense where Justin Fields is going to play safe. He's not going to make a ton of he's not going to make, or he's not going to be forced to make too many big time throws. He's not going to be forced to be a quarterback. They can bring him along slow and they can lean on the running game. They can lean on the defense. Maybe that's something that they want. I don't know. I don't think it's a very good idea because I just don't think he's a very good passer. I know a lot of people are, saying for the most part that, saying for the most part they think he's going to be a star. I just don't see it. But hey, you never know what's going to happen. But what's going on? Sam Darnold, the Jets have traded Sam Darnold to the Panthers for a second, 6, 2 fourths in 2022. Man, like I said, man, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell Carolina is doing. Now you got Teddy Bridgewater and you got Sam Darnold. Look, if I were them at this point, like if I were them, I don't Jamar Chase, maybe to go with DJ Moore. Maybe you get Penei Sewell, who's gonna, be there. He may be there. I don't know what Carolina is doing at this moment. Like I honestly have no idea what they're doing at this moment. So maybe you guys can tell me, but I honestly don't know, man. Floyd Donnelly is saying he's going to pick Pitts. I don't know if you're saying the Falcons are going to pick Pitts, but Vasquez. So I look, man, I don't know. Maybe they keep Bridgewater. They paid him a lot of money. I mean, at this point, there's no need to keep him around if Sam Darnold is going to be there, and you paid that much. I mean, you giving away a second round pick, couple of fourths. I just don't see why you would keep him around. Darnold is clearly their option. To be honest, man, like I said, I think at this point, it's just I don't know what Carolina's doing. Like I said, I have no idea. You're talking about confusion. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not trading for no Sam Darnold. All right. Maybe this is something that they're saying to themselves that maybe Trey Lance won't be available, or Trey Lance is just not as good as people think he will be, and it's going to take time for him to develop, and they don't have the time to develop. So maybe you go out and trade for a guy like Sam Darnold because you believe in what he is right now. Playing against this division, the Falcons don't have the best of a defense, but I don't think Sam Darnold is very good at all. All right. In fact, I just think he freaking sucks. All right? I'm just going to be real. I think he sucks. I don't know why you would do this. Maybe for a fact that these quarterbacks are going to be taken, the top 3 guys that you want as far as the Carolina Panthers is concerned. And I think, the 49ers moving up to the 3rd spot pretty much killed any opportunity for the Carolina Panthers to take a quarterback. Maybe they are hearing things that maybe the Falcons are interested in a quarterback. I have no idea. I sincerely doubt that, but we don't know at this point. All right, got to see what the Atlanta Falcons are doing. If Carolina Panthers, I know the Carolina Panthers, the Falcons and the Carolina Panthers will not, work on any deal. I mean, you don't trade, picks or conduct any types of deals with your rivals. And again, man, I just don't understand why the Carolina Panthers would take Sam Darnold. I just don't think he's very good. I think he freaking sucks. But we'll see what that means. I mean, he hasn't had, I'll give him this. He just hasn't had a lot of weapons with the Carolina. Now he's going to have Christian McCaffrey. He's going to have DJ Moore. He's going to have some weapons there. So maybe this is a good trade for them. I just don't believe in Sam Darnold. I mean, like I said, he's going to a better situation, in my opinion, than the Jets. But at this point, man, the Jets just need as many picks as they possibly can. They're a bad franchise. They need to build that defense. They need to get more weapons around their quarterback, whoever their future quarterback is going to be. Clearly that they are moving on. But the thing is, will it be Zach Wilson? Will it be Justin Fields? I don't know. I know a lot of people are thinking that Mac Jones is going to go to the 49ers. I'm not sure. But what's good, Floyd? Um, yeah, I think Dalen, I think they're clearly going to go quarterback, man. I just at this point, Zach Wilson is obviously their guy, in my opinion. Zach is, he's an All American boy. I mean, if you want to go by the looks and what New York is, they pretty much he fits exactly what New York is looking for as far as a marketable guy, as far as the look. I think he is one of those guys. He definitely has talent, definitely has the ability to create. He definitely has some technique issues that can be corrected. Kind of throw off his back foot a lot. Definitely has a big arm. He can make the throws. I'm just not sure if he's a franchise guy. I'm just not a believer in most of these guys, most of these quarterbacks outside of Trevor Lawrence. Outside of Trevor Lawrence, I'm just not a big guy. And Harris and the Bunny. All right, Harris and the Bunny down ain't that good. Hey man, I'm right there with you. I just don't believe. I don't believe in any of this. Like I just don't know what the hell the Carolina Panthers are doing. Um, do I think the Falcons are going to go quarterback? I don't know. Like K-Style says all the time, we don't damn know. I sincerely doubt it. We're talking about the Falcons have to build the defense. They have to get more assets. The Falcons, they need a left guard. The Falcons need a left guard. You possibly can get guys like a Penei Sewell that you can kind of move him around. I don't think a lot of people believe that he can be a left guard or they want him left guard. He's maybe a better tackle with his ability. He can move around. I just don't know if the Falcons want to take their chance on Penei Sewell. So he is a guy. Vera Tucker is another guy that I can see being placed at guard. Um, a quarterback, man. I just outside of Trevor Lawrence, I just don't believe in them. Not that these guys can't improve, not that these guys will suck in the NFL. I just don't believe in them. I've seen the tape. I've seen the long throwing motion of a Justin Fields. I've seen Zach Wilson and some issues off the field, in my opinion, and I don't really care to go too deeply in that. I don't believe that he's a very he got some question marks. I know you probably seen a lot of his tweets in the past. I'm not sure if I want that type of guy on my squad as my leader. I just don't believe it. Zach, BYU, and the competition that he's played. A lot of people were saying, look, he still put up good numbers. Yeah, he may put up good numbers. Yeah, a lot of people say that, he's still able to make those NFL throws. Yeah, he's able to make those NFL throws, but is he playing against elite talent? And that's where I draw the line. I don't know if he's played enough elite talent to say, all right, he's confident in his ability. Because when you come to the NFL, you playing guys like Grady Jarrett, Aaron Donald, they coming at you full speed, all right, consistently. And you playing against these DBs in the NFL, man. These DBs, they study film, defensive coordinators, they study all of your weaknesses, and they do it on a consistent basis. They attack your weaknesses on a consistent basis, unlike a lot of defensive coordinators in the college game. So I just don't think he's played elite talent consistently to say that he's ready to take over a franchise. Zach Wilson is. I just don't think he's ready to do that. So will the Falcons draft a quarterback? Hey, man, again, I don't know. When you look at the financials of everything, and this is the reason why I brought Matt Carey. I mean, you look at what Terrence Mathis said. Like the Falcons, when you look at the financials, man, and they don't have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of money. They haven't been able to spend any money in free agency, to be honest, because they just don't have the money. So drafting a quarterback to sit behind Matt Ryan when you've restructured his contract You restructure his contract. I just don't think that's a smart idea. Falcons need a player that can contribute immediately. Okay, they're obviously trying to compete. If you're trying to compete, I just don't understand why you would draft a quarterback, Justin Fields or Trey Lance, trade down, and then you get a guy at 7. Let's say you get a guy like Trey Lance or Justin Fields at 7. You trade down, you get those guys. They drop to the 7th or whatever if they drop. I just don't see why you would trade down just to get a guy that's gonna sit on the bench for 2-3 years. It just doesn't make any sense. So when you look at it, man, the Atlanta Falcons taking a quarterback is never out of the question, especially when you're sitting at a 4. But the money says something different. And like I said, man, I've said this over and over and over again. I bring players on. I bring people on that explain this as a fact. Can the Atlanta Falcons draft a quarterback and still be financially set or be able to afford guys to come in and sign these guys? I just don't think so. I don't know why you would, pretty much guarantee Matt Ryan, money for not only this year, but the next 2 years because you restructured his contract and you draft a quarterback. You're spending more money and you're putting more money towards the future. So that just doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't think financially the Falcons are in a position to take a quarterback that high. Do I think the Falcons are going to take a quarterback? Absolutely. At some point in time, you got to take a quarterback. I'm thinking the 3rd or 4th round, the mid rounds. You could quite possibly, if depending on who's available, the Falcons take a quarterback at 2. But for the most part, I think the Falcons are just in a position where they can just focus on building the defense. The Falcons need a pass rush. The Falcons need safeties. You can't ignore that. So guys like Trevor Moore, guys like Richie Grant, guys like Andre Cisco, you got J.C. Horn. These guys are absolute studs in the secondary. So I don't think the Falcons are in a position where they can just throw away a pick just to stash him away in the first. Like, you just spending a 1st round pick just to learn behind Matt Ryan, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't see the Falcons drafting a quarterback. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what these guys are thinking. Terrence Mathis said himself he has no idea what these guys are thinking, and at this point, man, we can only speculate. And man, the comments are coming in pretty fast. Oh, Mac Jones. I like Kyle Pitts. I'm gonna go to that one. And I made a video earlier, and we're gonna expand on this. We're gonna expand on this tonight. Kicking it with K Styles. So you guys check out Just K Styles. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel, man. But when you look at it, man, I just don't. I like Kyle Pitts for obvious reasons. Again, we're going to go in full detail later on tonight. But Kyle Pitts, I just think he's the best player in this draft. I think he's the best overall player. I think he's better overall. He has a higher ceiling to even a guy like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is a quarterback that I think he's going to do great if he has the right tools around it, the right coaching around him. You put him in a position where he has great receivers, a good offensive line, a running game. If you provide that with him, he can definitely make the best out of that. So, hey, man, y'all go check out Jew Talk Sports. He will be on later on tonight with myself and K Styles. It's going to be Kicking It with K Styles, the heavy hitters on Kicking It with K Styles. So check that out. Again, man, Atlanta Nation was good. P. Rich. Harrison the Bunny. At first I thought Sam Darnold was going to do all right in Carolina, but now I think of how trash he is, and I'm hey, man, look, I just don't believe like I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because I don't know what he is with the weapons around him. He didn't have a lot of weapons in New York. I'm not going to pretend like he had weapons. He really hasn't had a lot of weapons. The Jets have just been a poor organization with putting talent around their quarterback. So I don't know whether or not he sucks ass because he just simply sucks ass. But I know he sucks just based on what I've seen. I just don't think he's a very consistent quarterback. But again, we're going to be able to see what he can do with a guy like Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and those guys in Carolina. So they have some pieces there. You can do some things, but I just don't know if he's worthy of I'm thinking they're just hoping that they struck gold, all right? Because I don't think Trey Lance is a guy that they want to come in and pretty much lead them into the future. I just don't think he's that type of guy for them. That's the reason why you trade for a Sam Darnold. That right there spells a lot of concern for me and the quarterbacks that are in this draft. I've said this before. When you start seeing, teams like the Carolina Panthers who are essentially rebuilding after they signed what's the quarterback? Teddy Bridgewater to a $60 million contract, and then you bring in another quarterback that is young, and you have a younger guy like a Mac Jones who potentially could drop if the 49ers don't take him. I just don't think they believe in guys like a Trey Lance. I just don't think so. And quite possibly, you could quite possibly see the Carolina Panthers in later rounds draft a guy like Kellen Mond, draft a guy, and draft a guy in the lower round to kind of, if Sam Darnold isn't the guy that they think he is or could be, they could draft another quarterback in the later round. So I don't know what they're thinking, but I just don't know what to expect from these guys. Um, this is interesting. I think this is an interesting comment, Ro. The Panthers are going Pitts or Jamar Chase if they slide. This is a possibility. I don't think Kyle Pitts is going to drop that low. If he doesn't go with the Falcons at 4, I just don't see him being. I don't see him dropping to 7. Like I think it's 7. I don't see him dropping past that. So to be honest, if I were the Carolina Panthers, I'm looking at receiver. I don't believe in DJ, and I know Kyle Pitts is one of those guys. He's definitely dynamic. They could quite possibly take him, but I would like if I'm the Carolina Panthers. I like DJ Moore, but Jamar Chase is a better fit for that team, if you ask me, because they need weapons. So I know Kyle Pitts is another guy too. They could quite possibly take Pitts. I just don't think anyone is going to be able. Like I don't think if the Falcons don't take him at 4 and they can't find a trade partner out of that 4 spot, they're going to take Kyle Pitts. Man, I don't see. Jamar Chase being a guy, he could be again. I don't know what the Falcons are thinking. They could be in the hunt for Jamar Chase, but when you look at how many times the Falcons have, talked to a Kyle Pitts, it's kind of difficult for me to say with a straight face that the Falcons are looking at anything other than, Kyle Pitts at that point. Again, with that said, anything could happen. This is the NFL draft, man. We've seen some crazy trades. We've seen players that we did not expect to drop. They drop. I've seen the Falcons, trade back into the first round to get guys like a Caleb McGarry. So anything can happen in this NFL draft, dog. I'm not going to sleep on Darnold, but he doesn't strike fear, and that's the truth, bro. I just don't believe He doesn't strike fear. I'm not gonna say that he can't get better. Um, I just don't know what the hell Carolina's thinking. Like you're talking about Teddy Bridgewater now. You bring in a guy like Sam Darnold. I just don't know what the hell they're thinking. Carolina, like y'all perplexing me, dog. Like I'm actually confused about where they're going, what they're doing. Again, maybe this is something that they realize is like maybe these quarterbacks, below, Zach Wilson or Fields and Lawrence, these guys aren't very good. So they're just going to take their chances with a guy with Sam Darnold who has experience. Ted Bridgewater still there. CMC, Robbie. They got some players, man. Like I said, me personally, if I were Carolina, man, I know I like Pitts, and I've told you the reasons why I like Pitts, especially for the Atlanta Falcons. But if Jamar Chase is sitting there, man, I think that's a no-brainer for the Carolina Panthers, man. I'm definitely taking Jamar Chase right there, and that's just my opinion. Kyle Pitts could be definitely be a guy that they take, but I'm taking Jamar Chase just based on what Carolina is doing. Okay, Archangel in this thing. What's good, man? If we was to pick a quarterback, Trey Lance would be the best choice to develop under Matt Ryan. He needs more development for what I'm hearing. I mean, look, I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep saying this. All right. What the fuck good is drafting a quarterback if you don't have anything else behind him? We don't have a running game. We don't have a defense. And we don't know what this coaching staff is. We don't know if this coaching staff is capable of developing quarterbacks. So why are we drafting a damn quarterback or even thinking about drafting a quarterback before we even see what happens to this team this year? We don't damn know. We have no freaking clue what the heck this team is. So I'm like, this is just being honest. I don't know if Arthur Smith is even a very good coach. I don't know if Dean Pease is going to be able to build a defense. We don't know any of this. We're assuming that this team is going to be able to get this done. We have to see. I always say this. Wait and see what happens before we jump the gun and say, oh, we need to draft a quarterback. We don't know if Arthur Smith is a coaching guru. We don't know. From what I've seen in Tennessee, he's a good offensive coordinator, but we're talking about developing talent. Developing talent and calling plays are two different things. So we got to wait and see. Let's stop jumping the gun and wait and see what this Atlanta Falcons team is before we just, draft a quarterback and, we don't develop him well. And this is the same thing that we happened with, Vic Beasley and Tack McKinley. We drafted these guys and we didn't have the proper coaching staff to even develop these guys right. So it's essentially just a waste in talent. So why waste so much money on a quarterback that we don't even know that we can develop? We don't know if Arthur Smith can develop these teams. We don't know if David Grohl and these guys can develop a quarterback. Because when you look at the Chicago Bears, he failed. Grohl failed. Right? They failed to develop Mitch Trubisky. And maybe Mr. Trubisky maybe he just freaking sucks. But we don't know that. We have to see it first. So I'm not going to draft a quarterback to sit behind Matt Ryan until I see what the hell's going on with this offense. We don't know what this offense is going to be under Arthur Smith. So let's stop jumping the gun. Let's wait and see what this Falcons team is this year. And then if this team does not improve, we can wait and say next year, all right, we really need to start looking for a quarterback. We need to start looking for a quarterback because guess what? We're not improving under Arthur Smith. If this happened, then I'm saying to myself, all right, we don't get it done this year and we don't make dramatic improvement with the offense and defense and developing our players, then you know what? We got to say maybe this isn't working out with Julio. Maybe this isn't working out with Matt Ryan and we need to look to the future. But We cannot say that until we see what the hell's going on with the offense yet. Let's wait and see. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but we need to wait and see before we jump the gun and say, he's going to sit behind, let's sit Trey Lance behind Matt Ryan, and maybe the game plan freaking sucks. Maybe he's just not very good at developing players. We don't know that until we see it. Like, everybody want to draft a quarterback to sit behind Matt Ryan, but we don't even know if we're any good. We don't even know if the coaches is very good. Y'all want to sit a quarterback behind a coach? We don't even know he's a good quarterback developer. I mean, Ryan Tannehill was okay. He was even better because of a running game. He had easier throws because of a running game. We don't know if we're going to have the same running game. I can only, do film for you guys. I can only, I can only give you guys what I think. I don't know this. We got to see how this team develops. If we draft Pitts, most likely we would trade Ridley or Julio. Julio money is just, like I said, it's all about money, guys. All right, it's all about money. Trading Julio and Matt Ryan right now, it's just financially, it's damn near, I won't say impossible, but it would be suicide. If you're trying to build this team the proper way and you want to just get rid of Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, I mean, all Julio Jones contract is guaranteed. So you're going to give, somewhere in between $15+ million by trying to get rid of this guy, Julio Jones. Matt Ryan, all right? It's a lot of money you're giving away just because you're trying to give them away. I can see Calvin Ridley being traded away because this year the Falcons have to decide, do they want to make Calvin Ridley a huge part of what they're going to do in the future? This is the fourth year of his career. This is where you got to, figure out whether or not you're going to bring him back, or giving that player option, that fifth-year option. We don't know that. So I could see Calvin Ridley being, I've said this before, I can see Calvin Ridley being more of a guy that is trade bait, he as well as Hayden Hurst. And I know a lot of people don't want to see Hayden Hurst gone, but I can see that happening a lot more. Devon, what's good, man? I've seen a lot of people saying we have no backup, signed Kaepernick. Nah, well, I'm good on that one, dog. I'm good on that one. I'm good on that. I'm seeing a lot of Denver's, the Patriots, I don't know what the hell y'all saying. That man said, I'm a twerk for a trade down. Oh my goodness. What the hell? I just look, I said this before, man. You got Russell Gage. Russell Gage is another guy that we quite possibly don't know what happens to him. Like it's so many things that the Falcons have to do, and they got to see how the chemistry is. We got to see what happens with these guys. But when you look at it, man, it's so many other things that the Falcons could quite possibly do, man, that we just got to wait and see. We got to wait and see if this offensive team, and Arthur Smith in his first couple of years installing, because he has to install his offense. He doesn't know exactly what he wants to do, how he's going to run this team until he actually does it to see what actually works. So we can sit up here and, talk about drafting a quarterback. We got to implant the freaking system. How the hell y'all going to plant like y'all want to draft a quarterback without actually, putting the offense into plan? We haven't seen the offense. We don't know what the offense is. We don't know if we're going to be a passing team or we're going to be a running game. We can assume that we're going to run the ball because of what he did in Tennessee. Maybe he has a different philosophy when he comes to Atlanta. Maybe he wants to run more hurry up. Maybe he wants to use Julio and, Calvin really a lot more. Hayden Hurst. Maybe he wants to pass the ball more. We don't know. Do you think we sign any other veteran edge rushers? A couple of solid guys are still on the market. I don't think so. I think the Falcons are pretty happy. As crazy that might seem, I think they're happy with Dante Fowler and what he does. If they bring in a guy, I don't think it's going to be. I mean, you brought Stephen Means back, and you draft a guy. You got John Kaminsky. You got Marlon Davis, and these guys have yet to kind of see what they can do consistently. And again, we're talking about signing all these guys. We're talking about drafting and bringing this guy in. Like we don't know what Marlon Davis is. We don't know what John Kaminsky is. We don't know a lot of things. So we have to wait and see exactly what this team is before we can say, okay, this is a problem with the Falcons. That's the problem with the Falcons. Let's see what happens. Because Isaiah Oliver was a complete different player in Raheem Morris's scheme. He was a completely different player. So, like, until we saw that, a lot of people were just labeling him a bust. And this is the reason why I say you got to wait and see how, coaches use players to say, all right, we need to get rid of this player because he doesn't fit what Dean Pease like to say. He doesn't fit what, Arthur Smith like to runs on the offense. We don't know how Julio is going to be, used in the offense. We can only assume how Julio is going to be used. We can only assume how Kevin Ridley is going to be used in this offense. All right, this is going to be a completely different offense. We don't know a lot of things. We don't know if Grady Jarrett is going to be one of those guys. We can assume what Grady Jarrett is, how he's going to be in this defense, but he may not be one of those guys. We don't freaking know. And that's the biggest thing. We're assuming that a lot of these guys are just going to be a part of this team, and we don't know that. Oh, Lord. I knew one idiot was going to say this. This man here about to getting threatened to kick out of league. You up here talking about trading Matt Ryan for a future first round pick and Deshaun Watson. Are you serious? I sure hope you aren't serious about that. Like, come on, bro. Come on, dog. Like, come on. That man up here fighting federal charges and civil charges and whatnot. You up here talking about trading Matt Ryan for him. We don't even know if he's going to be eligible to play this year. Come on, dog. Luke Craig, 5 or 6 more years. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know where you're gonna be at. Like, I don't know. I don't know how long Matt Ryan is gonna play. All right. So I'm not one of those guys who's saying we're gonna keep him around forever and all that. It's like we gotta take it day by day. We gotta take it day by day, season by season. But we just gotta wait and see how he is in this offense. Like, he could very well, if he has a running game, you can extend his career, especially if he's not throwing as much. There's not a lot on his shoulders. He doesn't have to carry the team, and the defense can carry the load. The running game can carry the load. yeah, you can get 3 or 4 more years out of Matt Ryan. So that's quite possible. But we got to see what happens and how the Falcons transition under Arthur Smith and Dean Pease. Like I said, I don't know about 5 or 6 more years. I'm not one of those guys who are blindly, quote unquote, in love with Matt Ryan to say he got 5 or 6. I don't know how many years he got. But Tom Brady, like 43, 44 years old. If Matt Ryan, if he's still playing, man, can't nobody tell me that like it's impossible. It's definitely possible if Tom Brady old ass is still playing. What do you think about the center? I honestly don't know. Um, Again, man, this is one of the reasons why I said, like, why are we going to, this is another reason why I'm against drafting a quarterback, because we don't really have a center. We don't have a center. We don't have a left guard. Those two positions are pretty much up for grabs. So we're going to draft a quarterback to essentially that quarterback is going to be behind two new starters. We don't have a left guard and we don't have a center. Mack is going to San Francisco and we cut James Carpenter. So we don't have a left guard and we don't have a center. And we're going to have a rookie center if Matt Hennessy is that guy at center. He's going to be a rookie center. Yeah, he played a couple of games this year, but for the most part, it's like you're going to throw a rookie quarterback out there with a rookie center and a new left guard. That's not very smart. That's not very smart. So I just don't think that's wise to draft a quarterback. I mean, and you're not going to get some type of immediate, like, what's the freaking point? Like drafting a quarterback he's not going to play. I don't get that logic. I mean, seriously, I don't get that logic. You're going to sit a Matt Ryan down for a damn rookie? You're going to sit Matt Ryan down for Trey Lance? You're going to sit Matt Ryan down for Justin Fields? You're going to sit Matt Ryan down for Mac Jones or Zach Wilson? Man, y'all lost y'all damn minds. If you're going to sit Matt Ryan down for those guys, like I said, I just don't think that's very smart, dog. And like I said, we're going to go in depth with a couple of more stories tonight at with my boy kicking it with K Styles, just K Styles. So check that boy out tonight. And I'm going to be ending it really shortly. But again, stay tuned for tonight. You do not want to miss us tonight, man. I'll get a couple more questions. If you guys have any questions. But again, man, this Sam Don't Know has been traded to the Carolina Panthers. I want to know what you guys think about that. You guys can tell us what your questions are tonight at Kicking It with K Styles. But again, man, I just don't think it's very wise for the Atlanta Falcons to draft a quarterback at that position, especially with the money and the holes that they have on the team in its entirety. The Falcons have a lot of issues on the defensive side of the ball that they don't have any starting safety at this point. They have one starting safety, and that's Eric Harris. But outside of that, the Falcons don't know. We don't know if he's going to play free safety or strong safety. So they have so many holes. Maybe they don't have a corner. We could trade down and draft a corner. Falcons have so many holes on the defense. The Falcons need an edge rusher. They need edge rushers. They need safeties. They need an extra corner. They need maybe a linebacker. There's so many things that the Falcons need. So again, you guys check us out tonight. It's going to be myself, Jew Talk Sports. You guys check out their channel. Just K Style, Jew Talk Sports, man, Atlanta Falcons Nation. We just hit 1,000, and I truly appreciate you guys for joining your boy, man. But stay tuned tonight. All right, T-Baby, Asia Green, Von Hogan, Humble Brando, Cookie by Nature. You guys check us out tonight. All right, check out Cookie by Nature. He's actually on Twitter, GSHM. You guys check that out also. But again, this has been your boy, man, Mike, man. The Atlanta Falcons. Man. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna say this. I don't think I went over it, and I'm gonna go over it tonight. But as a matter of fact, let me just get this out of the way real quick. And it's gonna be real fast. It's gonna be real fast. But this dumbass quote I saw, man, I just look. I'm sick of it. The Falcons have had exploratory talks with teams trading the fourth overall picks in 2021 NFL draft via Albert Beer. Atlanta might stay to take their future quarterback or draft a top talent like Kyle Pitts, but its logical terms outside the top 10 targeting a quarterback that are interested in for. And look, we fucking know this. Excuse my language. We know this. All right. I'm so tired of, people putting out tweets like this as if we don't know that's what they're doing. It's the off season. That's what the heck you're supposed to do, to explore trades. So the fact that you're saying that this the Falcons are doing it, like, we know that. We know that's what they're doing. That's the freaking job. All right. Give us some news that we can actually use instead of putting out crap. Okay. We know that the Falcons are exploring. That's what the damn job is as a damn GM, as a head coach, to explore other options. So I'm just, at this point, let's stop all the speculation of what the Falcons are going to do and just wait and see what's going to happen. Exploring, we know this. Some of these damn journalists so desperate for stories. That's your freaking job, to explore. Come on, bro. We know that. To explore other options. Teams are always calling. You don't have to tweet that. We know that. That's the damn job. And like I said, we're going to go deep. We're going to go in depth with this. But this tweet is just, this is one of the reasons why I said, we got to wait. If it ain't coming from Adam Schefter, just stop. Don't believe any of this bullcrap. Don't buy into it. All right. If it's not coming from Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport, don't buy into any of it. All right. Do not buy into any of it. All right. Do not. Okay. So we're going to go in depth, man. Look, I say this all the time. I'm so sick of, I'm just so sick of these, quote unquote NFL experts putting out tweets like that, and people think that means something. Like, it doesn't mean a damn thing until it actually happened, or you hearing it from Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport. If it's not being reported by those guys, Falcons fans, right, just don't believe it. Let's wait and see. All right. With that being said, check us out, man. Check us out tonight. Kicking it with K-Styles. Your boy, man, Mike, will be with Just K-Styles as well as Jude Talk Sports. Hey, you might even get the chance to see Miss Maggie. All right, you guys check out Miss Maggie. She may make a appearance tonight. Also on the show, we will see. But that being said, thank you guys for joining me, your boy, man, Mike, man. All right, on the quest to 6,000. All right, 6,000. All right, 6,000. All right, your boy, man, Mike is up, man. Peace.